It's Fog versus Fog this weekend. Rangers travel to Tynecastle. It's Jambos against Bears. And
Huns versus Diets. No, that's not right. Full.
You can call it whatever you want, my friend, but the question is, what are you?
Diet Coke, baby.
Diet Coke, baby, the grey bottle. Anyway, welcome back to Fog Football. It's, let's be honest.
You can be Pepsi since that tends to be blue, you know?
Oh, it feels like Tesco brand.
I'm Cherry Coke.
I don't
That's
like
the closest
Cherry
thing.
Coke.
Nah, me neither, but it's the closest thing to maroon.
Closest thing to maroon, well, I tell you what, the closest thing to brown is Rangers, because they're not very good at the minute, alright?
Dr. Pepper.
I've never tried Dr. Pepper.
Nah, it's pretty brown, isn't it?
Nah, it's not that good. I say it's not that good, I've never tried it. But I just never liked the thought of it. But anyway.
It's like, it tastes a bit like Coke, but with cherry and like marzipan.
I don't mind marzipan, but sometimes I can hate it. That makes sense.
I think Clement drinks Dr. Pepper.
I think he drank shite.
Fucking Dr. Evil, more like, fuck's sake.
Yes.
Yes. Take over the world. Anyway, who'll be taking over League 2?
Take over Glasgow, let alone the fucking world.
Who's going to take over League 2 this weekend?
You can't even take over the south side.
Damn. I remember this was pretty tight at the top. Do you remember those days where there was a cup, like 2 points separating the top three?
I remember the days where the top of Scotland was pretty tight. And
that's still been the case for a long time.
It's loose.
Anyway, East Fife, 48 points, 4 in front of Peterhead. Even if Elgin City win their game in hand, they'll still be 5 behind. By no means is it over, but East Fife have a bit of breathing room, and if they can stretch their lead further this weekend, then they're massive favourites for the title.
Oh no, of course they're massive favourites for the title. I mean, you're not up there for no reason at the end of the day. They're good home. Not almost immaculate home forms got them sailing high. You look down the table, 4th, 5th, 10th. Bonnyrigg Rose with one of the weirdest points deductions of all time for not having a level pitch. That is pretty weird, isn't it?
That's a bit weird. Like, did somebody get one of those, what do you call it, spirit levels out?
I don't know. Someone needs to get them down at Ibrox because spirits aren't fucking high. Anyway, enough about Rangers, but I see the leagues, man. You know what? It's a damning indictment on Rangers' season when I care more about the Scottish Championship and the Premiership.
You said, right, enough about Rangers, then followed it up by talking about Rangers in the very next sentence that you spoke.
I know, but do you get my point, though?
No, you talk shite. Can we just move on? You can't say, forget about Rangers, and then the very next sentence talk about Rangers. I want to talk about Clyde, the team that beat Celtic in the Scottish Cup.
That was no bad.
2 decades ago. I want to talk about those
Roy
guys.
Keane and his packet of crisps agenda.
Fuck you.
Wait, hold on. Do you know who Roy Keane supports?
Scottish or Irish or English?
English. He doesn't support Celtic. He doesn't support United. He doesn't support Forest. Who is it?
Oh, I was about to say Forest.
I was flabbergasted. Doesn't even make any sense.
Don't give me 3 clues.
They're in the Premiership.
Brighton.
No, they're a decent club in the Premiership. Always have been.
Newcastle.
No.
Oh, fuck. Oh, decent club in the Premiership. Always have been. Wait, what does that mean? Always have been.
You would consider them as one of the top teams.
Yeah, but have they had shite seasons?
Oh fuck, buckets of shite.
Have they had
shite right now?
Have they had a lot of shite seasons in recent times?
Fuck,
But could you argue they're back on the rise?
No, fucking dear rise.
No, ever.
That Call of Duty map. How the fuck have you not got it? It's right in front of you.
Southampton.
Fucking Tottenham.
What?
I know.
Does it actually? Jesus Christ.
No, I couldn't believe it, right? I know we should be talking about League 2 here, but let's talk about Tottenham.
Here, Tottenham could be in League 2 soon enough.
No, because it was on the overlap, and Roy Keane was like, well, Roy, obviously you can't support 2 teams in the Premiership. He's like, but it must hurt you when United get beaten. Roy was like, no, it doesn't affect me. It doesn't affect my weekend. Don't care. And he's like,
I think that's a lie.
No, because look at his punditry.
Yeah, you look at his punditry, right? And people say, well, he's got a connection to the... Well, if that's true, and the reason he reacts like that is because he's got a connection, then it does affect him. You cannot sit here and say that Roy Keane isn't more involved, and he's not more affected, and he's not more emotionally caring about United than he is any other team. You see when United get a heavy defeat, he's going through them, he's dissecting them, he's...
No, it's crazy, right?
See when Tottenham gets smashed, he doesn't give a shit.
No, it's crazy though. Like you see, Roy do Sky, does ITV as well. See, he does internationals. He seems more. I'm not saying he's pro England, right? Because he's obviously not. But he seems honestly more impartial at international level than he does at club level for United, considering he doesn't even support them.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Like, you know, I've seen you listen to like any pundits, right, when they talk about Tottenham on Sky Sports, they always it's Tottenham lads. Even Keane says that. All he does is bury them. No, when he wanted to explain it, he was talking about like because there was Irish players that played for Tottenham back in the day, and even though all his family supported United,
is that it? Is that all it takes?
You know, he said even though all his family supported United, he preferred the Tottenham ones. And he says even though he's played for Forest, United, and Celtic, he doesn't support any of them. He doesn't really the results don't affect him.
Well, I'm going to disagree.
He didn't allude to the fact that the Tottenham's results still affect him. I couldn't believe that.
I think it's quite clear that Roy Keane gets more animated and more worked up over United. See when United lose heavy. No, look at the way he was getting on with De Gea.
And De Gea.
And Maguire. You know, see if
yeah, and like when he's commentating.
Nah, but see if Van Dijk fucks up or Alisson, he's not bashing Liverpool. See if
well, it's one of two things, right? One, he's lying and he clearly does care about United. Or two, he literally just turns it up to the max on TV for the views.
I'm beginning to think it's the latter.
Because that's why I'm in so much shock. It's like how there's no way he supports top. You could argue
he gets way more emotionally involved when talking about
And I've seen a lot of
United.
people say, well, you know what, fair play to him for remaining impartial because Keane, because Carragher and Neville can't do it. But anytime you watch Sky, man, Keane is far more invested, as you've said, in United. You know, is he as biased as those guys? No, absolutely not. I think he is pretty fair, but it's like, as you point out, that Maguire and De Gea stuff, man, it was crazy. But anyway,
it's like, I mean, well, he said he would be battered. He said he would be battered De Gea.
Yeah.
Now, you could argue maybe he's speaking for a, United captain perspective, but he's no longer the United captain, so he shouldn't be speaking for that perspective if United results don't bother.
Well, maybe it's gimmick where he says that's his job. Maybe he cared about the clubs when he was at them. But it appears like he...
Why don't you just pretend that Rangers results don't bother you anymore?
I can't do that. That can't be done.
Anyway, right.
I mean, it gets very numb, but...
Let's just live it.
The feeling comes back.
Here, this must be the longest we've been at without
League Two.
getting into League Two matches. Come on.
Yeah.
7.5 minutes.
Come on, guys.
Time to show the
But
fixtures.
I mean, I don't think it's quite worthy a fid on Keane, but I thought it was
No,
worth a
no,
discussion.
we've spoken enough about it.
I know, I'm just saying.
Enough of that shite. Right, East 5, Bonnyrigg, Rose. I'm going to go East 5, 2-1.
I'll go 0-0.
Edinburgh City, Spartans. Right, Spartans, I believe, are 8 points behind Edinburgh City, but got 2 games in hand. So, I mean, if the Spartans could beat Edinburgh City, then win 2 games in hand, they could actually go above Edinburgh City.
No, they could.
That which is pretty crazy, but I think Edinburgh City will win. I'm going 2-1.
I'll go 2 each.
Peterhead, Clyde, I'm going to go 2-1 Peterhead.
2-1 Clyde.
Stirling Albion, Forfar, I'm going to go 1-1.
Gonna go 1-0 Sterling.
And their boys in Stranraer, I'm going to go 1-1.
Your boys were watching. Well, no one will be watching this game, so I'm going to go 1-0 Stranraer. Right, moving into the
You ever
league.
been at Stairport?
I mean, I've been on the train going past it, like, that's as close as
I've been in Stranraer a few times. Like, I must have seen
been
that
on the
stadium.
train, so yeah, you've clearly passed it.
I must have seen that stadium.
It's not that good.
No?
No.
I know, but I mean, I probably glanced at it.
Aye.
I'd like to think so.
Maybe you should go to it again.
I probably should, aye.
Up the stairs to Stair Park.
Stenhousemuir. Up the hoose. Right, Stenhousemuir, top of the table, 38 points. Then you got Arbroath in second, 2 games in hand, though, 37 points. Then Cove Rangers, Queen of the South, Kelty Hearts, Alloa, Montrose, Annan Athletic, Inverness, Caledonian Thistle, who have not only pulled off the upset, the relegation upset, they're actually looking like they could survive the playoff relegation spot as well. And I mean, this league would be really interesting at the bottom had Dumbarton not received their points deduction, because that would bring them right into the mix, and we'd have pretty much a 4-team shootout for the bottom 2 spots.
Absolutely.
But at this point, Dumbarton are screwed. Dumbarton are going down to League 2. Inverness, do you think they'll survive? I actually do. I think Inverness will probably finish 7th place.
What it's told me is that Duncan Ferguson's not that good of a manager.
No, probably not.
He
Like,
didn't do good at Forest Green.
wouldn't say it to his face, like, but I mean,
No, I wouldn't say it. No, I'll sit behind this wee screen. But we'll move into the fixtures then.
the screen that protects us.
Only four. The four horsemen.
Screen protector.
Aye. Aye. 0-0.
Is that it?
That's all I've got.
I'm going to go 1-2-1 Kelty Hearts.
Right, Cove Rangers 2-0.
I'm going to go.
Might be the only Rangers win.
Ooh, I'm going to go 2-1 Cove.
Dumbarton. Dumbarton to win. 1-0.
I'm going to go Dumbarton as well. Make it a wee bit interesting. I'm going to go 1-0 Dumbarton.
Right, Queen of the South against Arbroath.
2-2.
I'll go 1-0. Queen of the South. Right, into the Championship, the league that is heating up.
Is it just me, right? Or has over like the past 3 weeks, these all three, it's like they're playing hot potato with the top spot.
Yeah.
I mean, at one point it looked like Livy were in control, then it looked like Ayr were in control, then it looked like now it looks like Falkirk are back in control.
Yeah.
I think it could be like that to the end of the season. I wouldn't be surprised if we do constantly see these three teams switch positions.
No, absolutely. Obviously, Queen's Park, middle of the road. Don't really want to speak about them, but I have to. Yeah.
Good job Callum Davidson's doing, eh? Into the
Tell you what,
last eight. I mean,
tell you what, fair play to Queen's Park, and they've got a great chance of a semi because Aberdeen aren't anything good.
yeah. Could they catch Partick Thistle for fourth spot? Partick Thistle.
Yeah, win your game in hand, we can talk about it.
Well, win their game in hand, they would only be 4 behind.
Alright, good math. We've got Dunfermline in 8th, Hamilton 9th, Airdrie in 10th. Pumped by Dundee though.
Can Airdrie do anything, or are they done?
They've won the last 2 games.
If they win their game in hand, they would close the gap to Dunfermline down to 7.
No, it's actually a
More good
very
maths there.
intriguing thing here.
What?
See if you actually look at 1st to 10th and you look at the away, it goes in order of their wins. And that just sums up how like crucial it is picking up points away.
Aye.
Because it goes 6 down to 0. And Airdrie, I mean, I name me a team that's ever stayed up with no away wins. Maybe Ross County, because they don't really tend to win away. Used to not, but they've done it recently. But I honestly, I think the top 3 here, it's going to be really good. And as long as it's not Livy winning the league, I'll be happy enough seeing a new team up. Freestand Falkirk.
I would prefer. I'd prefer Falkirk or Ayr, but I mean, if Livy go up, I like Davy Martindale, so I'm not gonna rain on his parade. If he gets back into the top flight of Scottish football, so be it.
Fair enough, but we could be raiding on his parade when we get to that 3rd match. But first up, Falkirk, Ayr, Falkirk Stadium, big match. Scott Arfield, can't look past it, but Scott Brown. Oh, it's a battle of the Scots.
Battle of the Scots.
Literally. I'm going to go...
Canadian.
Yeah, he's Scottish though, isn't he?
Is he?
Yeah.
This flag says otherwise, like.
I know, but... Aye, but we all know players that have switched allegiances. I never got that. I'm not saying Arfield wouldn't have been good enough to get into the Scotland midfield, right? But I think he's of an age where about a decade ago he could have easily got in. I mean, he was playing Premier League football.
Well, hold on here. You're suggesting like, I think he could have easily been in squads.
No, I know, but I'm making sure people think like a decade ago, 7-8 years ago. I think recently our midfield has been very good. I don't think he'd be getting in it anywhere like last 4 years. Put it out there.
Oh well, especially as it's fan stage, like. But no, I definitely think Arfield, when he was an up and comer, there would have been room for him in that Scotland midfield. Absolutely.
So I wonder what happened there. Maybe I need to look more into that.
I mean, fuck me. Look at some of the players that we're getting in there, like Barry Bannon and shit like that.
He was banned.
You
That's
know,
plenty.
so I mean, I certainly think that Arfield could have got quite a few caps for Scotland. Anyway, will he be able to cap off a good return to Falkirk with a win against Ayr United?
A good return. Fucking hat-trick, first touch, first goal, back, boom.
Alright, then a great return. What do you want
Fucking
me to say?
phenomenal return, 5-2 win, hat-trick.
Why don't you take him back at Rangers then?
I fucking wish he was
your
back at
team's
Rangers.
shite.
Half?
Right, 99%.
Aye, well, there you go.
I'm going to go, I hope I'm wrong, but I'm going to go 2-1 Falkirk.
You hope you're wrong.
I just want to see the title fight be close.
True. I'm going to go 2 each.
2 each. Morton, Airdrieonians, I'm going to go 1-0, Airdrie.
I'm going to go 2-1 Airdrie.
Livy, Dunfermline, they don't score many goals. I don't think they'll score many goals here, but I do think they'll win. I'm going to go 2-0 Livy.
Home of the Spfl Arena, I'm going to go...
It's not quite the Tony Macaroni, is it?
No, I don't know why.
They need to see these name changes. I don't care how much money. Well, I get it. Like, it's good for the clubs, any extra money. But fuck me. The half of these stadiums sound pish, don't they?
Yeah, but what? Home of the Spfl, what is that? Is that a train, bus? What fare? What fare are we talking about?
£2.40 for a ticket.
I mean, well, no, seriously, what like it's a fucking shite name. Like at least if it was named after like the company,
Yeah, but
you
let's
could get a decent name.
see if they changed Ibrox to the home of the Spfl Arena, but Rangers started winning trophies. Would you care?
No, I actually would care because I feel like Ibrox. No, fuck course I would care. I mean, as great as winning trophies is it worth completely selling your soul? And I feel like Ibrox is just was a Tony Macaroni's a fucking spaghetti brand.
Some people would claim that Rangers have already done that, like, but
Well, that's fucking plenty.
right, Queen's Park at Hampden.
Fucking brilliant. Aye, here we go.
Hampden,
Queen's Park.
a place that Rangers will not be going to again this season. Hampden. Queen's
It's
Park.
not as Ibrox falls apart again.
Queen's Park will be at Hampden this week. Could be at Hampden again in the cup. Who knows? Will they get the win over at Hamilton? I think they will. I'm gonna go 3-2 Queen's Park.
Yeah, I mean, fuck, they should be riding high, shouldn't they? So I'm going to go.
I tell you what,
2-0.
out of all the teams, I think Queen's Park's the one team I'd like to see in the Premiership. Like, see if you're thinking about investing in a club,
Queen's Park are perfect.
surely with the stadium, surely that has to be.
Yo, and I have to be honest, right? See with the current situation of Scottish football, has there ever been a more perfect time for a third team in Glasgow to like rival the top two when there's such a gap already?
No, I don't think
You know
so.
what I mean? It's like you put any like see this Tony Bloom investment. See if you put it into Queen's Park and they got into the Premiership.
Well, hold on here. Let's not pretend that Hearts are a Diddy club that he's just fucking wasted his money in.
No, I know, but I'm
Hearts
talking
are the
about Glasgow.
best. Hearts are the best investment he could make. We are the dominant team for the
Could have put it
capital.
in Rangers.
What, some
Don't know what our
fucking
investment's going to be.
13-year-old club that lost against Queen's Park?
Fucking reel it in.
No, not a chance. Look, Tony
You just
Bloom.
put them over.
Tony Bloom's made a good investment, but
Aye, good investment.
I
Nice
will
fucking receipts.
when you look at lower league clubs, I think Queen's Park are a good option. I mean, look at Gretna. Who's it? Well, don't look at them now. Like they're not there, but I mean, you know, like
Gretna Green.
with hindsight, like I mean, which club would long term, you know, have more possibilities to turn into a powerhouse?
No, I know. I mean, I think Queen's Park. Like if you grew up in Glasgow and you support Queen's Park, I think fair play to you, right? But the more success they got with a takeover, obviously the more fans it's going to be.
Like Manchester City, right, are a shite club, but I mean the takeover made sense because already they had a pretty, and I know they got the stadium new structure and stuff like that, but like your rivals, big city, and then obviously your rivals are Manchester United, the most famous club in England.
Yeah,
Arguably the most famous club in the world, if not like top, three or whatever. So, yeah, Queen's Park, share a city with Celtic and Rangers.
also the oldest club. I mean that's a great thing to have.
I mean, like if you had money
Are
to,
the oldest club? Or is it Kelly? It's one of them.
no, it's Queen's Park,
Queen's
I believe.
Park.
I mean, if you got money to invest here in this league, if you could buy a club and you've got money to put behind, it's Queen's Park every day of the weekend.
Yeah, and no disrespect to Queen's Park, but I feel like if you took over it, like if you took over it like a Hibs at Aberdeen, Dundee United, it's not that you want to start from scratch, right? But I feel like if you take over at Queen's Park, it is like build for the ground up rather than we have to work our way around this and these guys. It's kind of like right, bang and do this, do that sort of job, and you've got a massive fucking. You mean you've literally got the second biggest stadium in Scotland. We're not including Murrayfield. You know what I mean? So it's I'd like to see it. But anyway, 2-1 Queen's Park.
Aye, yeah, I said 3-2, didn't I?
And maybe when they win at Ibrox with the takeover, it won't fucking kill me as much.
And Rafe Rovers, Partick Thistle, I'm going to go 1-1.
More faith in Rafe this week then?
Wee bit, aye.
I'll go
They
2-1.
disappointed me last week.
Alright.
This is a league table.
Try this on for size, young brother.
Right. St Johnstone, they've gave themselves a bit of hope. Still cut adrift at the bottom, but who knows? Couple of wins and they could. It's mental that Aberdeen are still in fourth.
I know.
But here, not for much longer.
Nope, not for much longer.
I do believe that.
Predictable end this weekend.
I think by the next few weeks, like they will be in the bottom half.
It's just the fact the league's that competitive. You know what I mean? Like Aberdeen. I mean, we already went through the remaining fixtures.
But I mean, here, as mental as it is that Aberdeen are still in fourth, I believe it's also mental. Dundee United are only 2 in front of them. Because it feels like a long time ago Dundee United overtook them.
No,
absolutely. It was a long time ago.
No, it was.
And they've not been able to. So just very tight. It's very congested. The teams in the middle seem to be taking points off each other. And then obviously Hearts and Hibs have been on a great run, but because they started from so far back, they've only just pulled themselves, into that kind of mid-pack territory. But I do think that we will see Hibs and Hearts comfortably start pushing into the top 6 and moving away from the other teams over the next few months.
No, I agree. And I want to go to the top of the league for our first tier. Rangers and Celtic, 13 points is the gap. I was listening to the rabble earlier, right? Connor, we're on about the gap between Rangers and Celtic, right? So if you don't factor in net spend, Celtic since 55 have spent 140 million, right?
Right.
Rangers only spent 40. Right? So no net spends involved there. Right? So what you've got to bear in mind is you can't take away, the Yota sale, etc., right? But no, my problem with that is, right, you can look at that and say, holy moly, Celtic are outspending Rangers by 100 million. They're spending 3-4 times what they're spending a window. But see if you actually break it down, right, and actually, figure it out. That 100 million gap, all we do on this channel and other media sources is talk about how Rangers let all the players go for free. And how much do we talk about how well Celtic do in the transfer windows? Yota, 25. O'Reilly, what is it? Near 30, right? You look at guys like Edward leaving, Adger, even like Mikey Johnson for 4 million. Is it any surprise that Celtic have spent 100 million more than Rangers when it's simply, even when you just factor in how much they've made alone off transfers? We all know about Celtic and the Champions League money and all that stuff, right? But is it any surprise that the gap is that much?
No,
because it's say if Rangers, right, sold all their assets at their peak like Celtic do,
they'd probably spend more money.
The gap wouldn't be 100 million. So see, using that as an excuse about why the gap is so big, it's nothing more than mismanagement of Rangers at the end of the day. But yeah, I thought.
Do you feel better after getting that off your chest?
No, I just want, because I feel like that's a misconception, to be honest. I mean, there's so much floating about that Clermont's not been backed, right? And yeah, you know what? Didn't spend anything in January. Do I blame them? No.
Celtic have earned the money they've spent by being a well-managed club and making profit for players and capitalising on selling players at their peak. Rangers have had opportunities to sell multiple players over the years for the 8-figure sums, 10 million plus, and they failed to do it.
Yeah,
there was time. I mean, come on, there was multiple seasons where Kent Morelos were being touted for 10, 15. Morelos seen at one point £20 million player. Didn't do anything with them, and in the end they both leave for free. That's shocking mismanagement. You can't be affording to do that.
And it's even like Aribo, he was did in the last year of his contract and only got 10 for him. I mean, if you actually signed him to a deal, you'd have got way more. And then you've also got
6.5.
Well, I think it was 6.5 rising to 10. But I don't trust them.
I mean, the only one Rangers have really done well with is Bassey.
Yeah,
because that Nathan Patterson one, I know, but
it fell apart.
There's different figures out there. Bassey seems to be the only one that seems like genuine, cannot dispute it, like £20 million.
Aye, because Ajax don't piss about.
Nah, they just can't give you the money.
Cooking the books or something.
Mm-hmm.
But you.
Is there no Rangers ever cooking the books? What is it with teams? Man City. What is it with teams in blue?
Teams in. What was I even going to say there? Right, yeah. See, Clermont's not been backed, piss, right? There's been Rangers managers in the past that have had to deal with way less.
Right, let's just get to the point. Are you backing Rangers this weekend?
Let me just get to my point. Barami, 4.5. Cortez, 4. Diamonde, 4.5. It's not, but you can pretend to fall asleep here, but see this illusion that Clermont's not been, he's not been back to a point, and that's the reason they didn't beat Queen's Park. It is an absolute embarrassment to come out with stuff like that. Fuck me, man. You could lose your best 11 and I'd still expect you to beat Queen's Park easy.
Right, let's talk about the team that really matters.
Dundee United.
Aye, Celtic Park, Celtic Dundee United, Celtic unbeaten at home this season. Aye.
Well, domestically,
12 wins, 1 draw.
The mighty Aberdeen.
What column do you see changing?
What column do I see changing?
Will be the 12, the 1, or the 0.
It might be unlucky for some. Bernardo out for 5 weeks. Rogers will want to rotate for Munich. I mean, as I said,
See, for the next game, man, I honestly, I know we're getting jumping ahead here, but I'm not going to say Rogers is an idiot, but I think Rogers is an idiot if he doesn't play the front three of Maida, Jota, and Kuhn. That's the three. Jota on the left, Kuhn on the right, Maida down the middle.
yep.
That is the front three.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people turn on Maida for his work rate. And you know what? That is the thing, right? It's like he did score those 2 goals against Villa, and he has been better recently. But if there's one thing that he's even worse than at Kyogo, then like if you want to argue, like, you know, his finishing, which I think is similar to a degree, it is his work rate. It's just no one. Kyogo's work rate was so good. Him and Maida's so good. And see when you put someone like Adam Adea in up against a Bayern Munich side that can pass it around you for days, it's obviously going to have an effect. So I think Adam will start this game. In terms of who else should start this game for Celtic, I mean, let's be honest, the 13 points clear. This should be.
Doesn't it matter, man? They could play the young boys, couldn't they?
No, they could. Will they?
Probably not, no.
No, like it's like, oh, Kasper Schmeichel had an issue with his back last weekend.
Why not rest him?
What? Yeah.
Give him the game off.
Aye. Carter Vickers. There's no point. Risking him. You know, get Ralston in over Johnston. Seriously, like, what is the?
I bring in Welsh as well.
Get Shane Duffy him while you're at it. See Scott Bain, fuck him up front.
Nah, you want Scott Bain in there.
See the other 5 players, just lock them in the fucking dressing room while you're at it, right?
Just play with 4 men, sure, why not?
See the ref? Let's make it John Beaton just to fucking make sure about it.
Oh, aye, because he's been screwing Celtic over the years, hasn't he?
Well, that's the gimmick, though, isn't it? Right.
Anyway, I'm going to...
4-0 Celtic.
Aye, 3-0. Dundee
I mean, it
United.
does depend on the 11, but I still think it'll be an easy win.
Jim Goodwin saying that he plans on strengthening in the summer. He wants to build on Dundee United's successful season. Well, I tell you what, the job's not done yet. They've been really good, but they could... Here...
They could finish inside top 6.
Yeah, see, unless they actually, start turning things around, there's no guarantee that Dundee United are going to finish, top 6, let alone third. So
as bad as the top 2 is in terms of predictability, the rest of the league's bang on the money.
Yeah, so I mean,
bang on the banana.
So they do need to turn it. I don't think they'll turn it around this week, but Dundee United do need to get back to winning ways because their form has really went off ever since they got in front of Aberdeen. So yeah, we'll see. Right, Dens Park, Dundee, Aberdeen. I'm going to go with Dundee. They've had some questionable results, but here they've also had some really good results and good performances against the old firm. And obviously the last one wasn't good against Celtic, 6-0.
No.
But, they can have... Celtic can beat anybody 6-0, so I'm not going to hold that against Dundee.
They beat Airdrie 4-0, so...
I think Dundee will win this game. I'm going Dundee 3, Aberdeen 0.
Yeah, it's crazy to think, right, that Dundee United lose, which is likely, very likely, and Aberdeen win. They're back into third. Like, how far... That's mad. That is absolutely... It's a team that hasn't won since when? November?
That's shocking, isn't it? But I don't think they will win. I'm going Dundee 3-0.
I'm going 3-1 Dundee.
Right, Rugby Park, Kilmarnock, St Johnstone. I mean, this
it's got
is
a stinker written all over it, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's the kind of game that you should be going 100% Kilmarnock, but I'm not convinced.
I can see a red for Kelly and a wee 1-0 win for St Johnstone.
I'm going to go 1-1.
Keeps them in it, doesn't it?
Aye, I wouldn't say they're out of a defeat, but I mean, they want to build on the momentum that they've been, gaining lately. So I think if they can pick up something, that's better than nothing.
I know, but realistically, like if St Johnstone lost and then Ross County beat Motherwell, it's like, here's your 2 rivals getting 3 points on you.
Well, I'm going to go with 1-1.
I'm going to 1-0 St Johnstone.
Right, Motherwell, Ross County. Motherwell, another team that have just struggled lately, haven't they? Not really had a decent start to the season. They've kind of just dropped off. Ross County kind of dropped off. There's no team, other than Hearts and Hibs, I think there's only 2 teams really in form at the moment.
No, I know.
Outside of the top 2, like.
Yeah.
I don't know if Rangers are in form, like, but you know what I mean? Like,
no, I completely disagree. Rangers are not in form.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think Rangers. But outside of the top, I think Hearts and Hibs are the only 2 that over the past 2 months have consistently been good.
Yeah.
So I'm not. This Motherwell County game for me could go either way. But I will lean towards Motherwell because they are at home. I'll go 2-1.
I'm not, because the manager bunch hasn't happened, so I'm going to
I
go...
haven't got anybody in yet.
Yeah, but you can get rid of the manager. Well, I say getting rid, it wasn't a normal dismissal.
Well, that's what I mean. Does it really work then?
Maybe not.
I don't think
Could actually have the opposite effect.
I think I agree. I think the manager bounce only works when like they're actually motivated and they're happy to be rid.
Either way,
I don't think anybody is happy to be rid of Kettlewell.
I'm going with the Highlanders.
Robbie and Rory.
You wish, buddy. No,
If you know, you know.
If you don't know, then that's good. I'm going for the Highlanders. I'm going 1-0, Oscar.
I'm going 2-1 Motherwell. Right. Sunday, the day that matters. 16th of February. Hearts versus Rangers. This game's on Sky Sports. I'm working the fucking slave job. I'm going to pack my job in. I'm sick of this shite. I'm no doing it. It's like every other week. I don't even get to see the football. It's depressing me.
I just watch it at your work then. No. Your two teams playing not good enough to do that?
No, I don't know.
That's good. Hart and Midlothian.
If it's good enough for you and Cameron, it's good enough for me. Like, I'm going to right. I'm not going to take the. I think Hearts will win this.
Yeah. Not have much in argument against
no,
it. So.
I mean, we've been good lately. Rangers have been shite away all season.
I think if Hearts score first, we could see a fucking collapse. Not from Hearts, by the way.
I'm going 3-2 Hearts.
I'm going 2 each. I'm not confident. But you know what? I wish I could sit here and say, well, if he doesn't win this game, he's away. He's fucking here till 2028. Rangers don't have a meaningful domestic game until August. Work that one out. That is bogging. That's unacceptable. Isn't it?
It's not great.
I mean, that wouldn't be good enough for fucking Hearts, Dundee, United, Aberdeen, Hibs. Why the fuck's it good enough? Why is he in a job?
Do you think Scotland should have like a community shield, charity shield? No.
No. Same 2 teams every year. It's just another fucking L for us.
True. Hold that L. Right, last game, St Mirren, Hibernian. Oh. You know what? I'm going to go 2-1 Hibernian.
It's on Premier Sports. I'll try and get this one reviewed, folks.
I'm going 2-1 Hibernian.
I'm going Hibs 2-1 as well. I'm going to go 2-0. And that leaves us. That's us.
On that note, I think we're done. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it. Anything to add? I mean, can we look ahead to the next round of fixtures, shall we? So, that's a good one. Next weekend, Hibs against Celtic Premier Sports, and your team against your team in St Johnstone. Rangers at home against St Mirren. The atmosphere will be bogging, but again, another bunch of fixtures where it's like on a knife's edge. Aberdeen, Kelly. And I think we went through it for Aberdeen. I think their next 2 games after this are away at Easter Road and Parkhead. So, if Aberdeen are to do anything, you think it needs to be in the next 2 games?
If Aberdeen are going to stay in the top 6 over the next month, then they need to pick up points in the next 2 matches because they won't be picking up many points after that.
No. That's
pretty much it.
And I think what's crucial here is, up next for Aberdeen, you've got the 2 Ember clubs are taking on 2 Old Firm clubs at home, and I think they've got a good chance of winning both of them. And I think if they come through both, I mean, even if they get beat, man, I still think they'll beat Aberdeen. But Aberdeen need to turn it around fast, folks. Anyway, till then, peace.